Hi everyone, welcome to my presentation on transformation of function. Transformation of function can be defined as the behavioral function of one stimulus changing systemically due to a change in function of another stimulus in the same class. In simpler terms, a stimulus can acquire new behavioral function by simply being connected to a different stimulus without having any direct contact or experience with that stimulus. So an example of this could be your dog's at the groomers and they end up getting their nails clipped by the groomer. So they now have an anxiety of getting their nails clipped. So an example of the transfer could be they are now scared of having their paws touched. Every single time they get their paws touched, they fear that the nail clippers are going to come out and they're going to get clipped. Or every single time that they go to the groomers, they experience a fear response and they're scared that they're going to get hurt. It just kind of transfers over to a different stimulus. Another example could be you watch a scary movie. That scary movie elicited a fear response, and now every single time you watch that movie, you start to panic and you don't want to watch it anymore. And say that something bad happened in the dark in that movie. So now every time you're in the dark, you have a fear response because of something bad happening in the dark. Or a specific song plays in that scary movie. So anytime you hear it in public or in a home, watching another movie, you start to experience a fear response. And this can also go both ways, where you escape that stimuli and you experience a sensation of relief. An example in an ABA setting could be you are trying to potty train a child, however they are scared of the hand blowers in a public bathroom. So at first it starts off as that loud noise that happens during the hand blowers elicits that fear response. Now it's kind of transferred over to just public bathrooms. They're scared of entering a bathroom where that hand blower could be. And say it develops even further. They're now scared to enter a bathroom at the house just because they're scared of that loud noise happening. They've just continued over time, that development, the transfer of function. However, it's important to remember that transfer of function and transformation of function are two different things, even though I know I just said transfer versus transformation of function. So the difference is the transfer of function is successful pairing of that function to get that response. So it's kind of like it is classical conditioning. With Pavlov and the dogs, you take an unconditioned response or an unconditioned stimuli and you pair it with a conditioned stimuli. So for Pavlov's sake, you take a clicker and food, and every single time you press the clicker, the dog starts to salivate now because you've conditioned them with food. So every time they hear the clicker, they start to salivate. With transformation of function, you don't need that conditioning. You can just experience that response without having experienced anything. So like I said, with, I don't know, the dog nail clippers, now they just have a fear of any groomer, even though they haven't experienced anything bad there. Or anytime a kid enters a bathroom, they experience a fear response, even though that originally paired function that elicits fear isn't there. So just to remember that the transfer function is a stimulus that can acquire a new behavioral function by simply being in contact to a different stimulus with a known function without any direct contact or experience. Thank you for watching.